Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Southern Santa Piper. I'm your host, Kenny, and in today's episode, we are going to be smoking a pipe that's dear to me, the Canterbury Billard. I found this pipe on eBay, and I could not resist. Unless you've got a name like Savinelli or Peterson or Dunhill for a last name, maybe Rossi. I mean, there's a handful of other names that I've seen as last names. You don't see a lot of Canterburys in pipes. I have never seen a Canterbury Billard before. And I kind of found this one by accident. Let's give it a light. I am smoking in this, a shared blend that Eric James from Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker shared years ago, and that is his Frog Morton's Ghost. And it is simply a blend of Lane HGL along with Peter Stokeby's English Luxury. Mix it 50-50, shake it up, put it in a jar, let it set at least 2 months to marry, come back, shake it up again. I personally would be shaking it every week or two. But come back, smoke it after about 2 months, and you are going to be in for a treat. Well, not Frog Morton. It is tasty, great mouthfeel. I think a nice room note. Today, since it is evening, early evening, and because it is the month of March, we are going to have a Guinness instead of my typical coffee or my chai tea. It is going to be a Guinness and to your health. I know I'm going to look at this video and laugh at myself for all the Guinness beer foam that is probably going to get in my mustache and beard. If there's one disadvantage of having all this face hair, it is how easily everything gets caught, especially when you're trying to grow out your mustache longer so you can get a nice handlebar going. But back to the pipe. I found this interesting pipe on eBay only about a week ago. Now, the only thing I've done to this pipe overall was in great shape, but I wasn't a real fan of the color. It was a very light golden kind of root briar, but just too light for my taste. And there's some really interesting cross grain in this. Everything from a straight flame to some bird's eye going. Like I said, flame on top. And overall, I just thought it was a really attractive pipe, and it was not a lot of money. And I kept watching. It was on my watch list, and it was going down. It's like, I'm gonna throw a bid on there. So I put in 1 penny more than the opening bid, and it walks in at the opening bid price. Sits there for a few more days. Sits there and sits there. Keeps seeing a countdown. You know, don't let this one get away. Increase your bid to increase your chances. Left it alone. Forgot about it. Actually forgot about it till the next day. Came in line and I seen something in my shopping cart. I'm like, what is this? Well, what is this was I won this pipe. Nobody bid on this pipe. And it is a classic English Billard. Lovely pipe. Made in London. I have no idea about these, and I should have done a little bit of research before the video, but made in England. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the grain on this. It's got a nice contrast. I restained it with some English tan leather dye. How I apply it is that I take basically a 50-50 ratio of the dye along with 91% rubbing alcohol. Put them in a little mason jar, shake them up lightly. And then after I've cleaned and stripped the pipe, what I did on this pipe first was that I took off the old finish with soap, Murphy's oil soap, rubbing alcohol, sandpaper, and micro mesh. I did not get all of the old color off, but I got quite a bit color off. It looked a lot like just plain briar. That there was very little left of the gold, and I just started building layers. So the reason I start low and go high, I can always add color, but it's really hard to try to remove color. And this is the color I really, really wanted. I wanted something a little bit darker than a typical root briar, something with a little kind of reddish brown, and this kind of fits. It looks exactly how I kind of envisioned it. Really beautiful pipe, and it was really cheap, really inexpensive. I have been winning several pipes lately in the $9 to $16 range. So I was just talking to a friend last night who was amazed at the pipe that he got for $16. He sent me an image of it. He was like, "Kenny, check this out." My wife got home before me, and I'm expecting a few pipes this week, and this one came in, and I thought I was going to need to massively restore this pipe. Well, he didn't need to massively restore the pipe. It's good to go. If he wants to do some deep sanitation, great, but I don't think he even needs any of that. But let's give this a light. Again, I gave it a char light earlier. This Frogmorton goes really good. It is definitely a hybrid, or as some would call a aromatic English, even though I prefer Latakia blend. I would consider a Latakia blend aromatic. It is definitely an aromatic that, it is definitely an aromatic in the same type of family as Captain Black. You get those same types of flavors from the toppings from the Cavendishes. But you also get some of that smoky and creamy Latakia in there as well, which really adds to the flavor. Now Guinness. Guinness, I think, is a perfect pairing for smoking a pipe. Many of y'all, I see, do whiskey. I'm shocked at how many of you guys drink tea. I think tea is a great choice. Tea and coffee are my preferred choices when I'm smoking tobacco. If I'm outside smoking a pipe, I really prefer those. They tend to cleanse my palate. I don't like anything that's going to color my palate, but what I will say, in some of my heavy English blends, a good Scotch kind of enhances that, because you get the smokiness from the peat in the Scotch along with the smokiness from the Latakia, and there's a certain synergy that happens between those where those kind of meld, and you get a complexity of flavor that is just wonderful. This, well, what can I say about Guinness? with a blend like this, it actually helps to enhance the sweetness. Because Guinness, to me, is both kind of bitter, but yet creamy with a hint of sweetness on your tongue. But it's mostly bitter, almost like bitter like coffee. That to me kind of really boosts up my flavors that I can kind of receptors on my tongue. I can taste things in here that I normally wouldn't be able to taste if I didn't have something like Guinness. It's one of the reasons that I really enjoy coffee with my pipe, because you get that contrast of flavors. It's the same day, and I haven't received it yet, that I won this. I had won a Dr. Grabo. And I'm going to do a special just on Dr. Grabos. But it was another Commodore. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Commodores, and maybe I should not be letting out my little secret, but the Dr. Grabo Commodores was produced in the 1960s and only for a few years. And they are sandblasted to perfection. I've never seen an American pipe done so well. And you got to remember, guys, these were drugstore pipes. These weren't fancy pipes. These weren't pipes that you would go into a pipe shop. These are ones that you found at your local Rite Aid or Walgreens or whatever mom and pop drugstore was around back in the day. And phenomenal. You know, back in the day, they probably went anywhere between $4.95 to maybe $7. I mean, they weren't a lot of money, but they're not a lot of money today either. I have seen some that don't budge at all week. The one that I've got coming, no offers. I was it, just like this one. So that's why sometimes it's important to, when you're looking at general searches, also do something specific. If there is a brand, especially if it's an off-brand that you've had before that has consistently been a good smoker for you, maybe go on and search that. I've got a prime example up there, is an Israeli pipe, an Alpha. Wonderful smoker. And it's not an expensive pipe. Many of the Nordings out there for estate pipes, I've got a few of those. Very inexpensive pipe. You can find really good deals on them. Sure, there are some expensive ones. I've seen a Nording yesterday going for close to $300, but it had insane grain and beautiful plateau on top as well. But this pipe's got about all of the qualities I'm looking for. Just about perfect for Billard. Let's give this one more light. So just a heads up for future episodes, we are going to be trying the Sunday night or the Saturday night Santa, we'll call it, maybe Saturday Night with Santa live. And we'll be doing this as a live event, I think, on Saturdays. We will not be doing a show like this during the day, simply at nighttime. I really like the 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if I'm going to go outside. I could probably start a little earlier in here, but that's about the time we're getting dogs ready for bed. So I prefer after 10. And for most of the country, that's still fairly early. And for the rest of us codgers out here, well, 10 o'clock isn't that bad to be hanging out and having a pipe. We'll do it for an hour. I did on Facebook this last time. We're going to try YouTube this time. I mentioned it yesterday, but I'm giving up Sundays. There will be no more Sundays for videos Gives me a day to kind of recharge. Also gives a day for my wife and I to run errands and things that we need to get accomplished, where I'm not having to worry about rushing to get home to do a video and then come back and edit it. So for now, we're still going to continue on 6 days a week. Monday through Saturday. With Sundays, it's a day of rest. Just a phenomenal blend. Easy smoking pipe. Nice easy draw. No gurgling. I don't get much gurgling in straight pipes. Only once in a blue moon. It's got to be a pretty wet blend. I'm a fairly wet smoker. Well, that's going to be it today, guys. Thank you again for joining me here on Southern Santa Piper. Please, if you like the video, hit that like button. Hit that little notification bell if you want to be notified. And please hit subscribe. If you're enjoying this, please share my content with your friends. Share it on your favorite Facebook groups. I really enjoy doing these, and I appreciate your guys' comments. Again, thank you for joining me here today, and you guys have a great day today. Take care.